And now, the LSU Football Fix with Preston Guy, presented by TigerBait, starts now.
And welcome in. We're just a couple minutes late tonight. Colin had to make some last minute game adjustments to get his camera rocking and rolling. But if his ability to adapt to the environment and call an audible and get his camera up and rolling is any indicator of his play on the field, we'll be just fine, folks. So yeah, we're going to talk tonight about LSU's early signing day class. We might sprinkle a little bit of transfer portal stuff in that, but while I got Colin, who's been nice enough to basically do a full show with me, it was a big ask, and he was kind enough to do it for me, so I appreciate him for doing that. He's basically filling in for Zack tonight. I've been kind of jokingly calling him the co-host du jour, but he is the leader of this 2024 LSU class, a very well-spoken young man, and there's actually quite a bit to talk about with you, Colin. So we're going to dive into this recruiting class. First, I have to thank our sponsors, Celebrity Theaters, for making everything possible tonight. If y'all do us a favor and hit like on this show if you are excited for Colin Hurley to be a Tiger starting tomorrow. He's going to be a signee at 11:30. He'll be signing at his high school. Colin,
sir, let's do it.
How excited are you to lock it in?
Oh, I'm super excited. I can't wait to be on campus. I've been preparing for this for a long time, and for it to be finalized tomorrow. I honestly just can't wait to get there and just get to work. Honestly, go put all I can do into the campus, into the team, into everybody around me.
Do you know exactly when you're moving in?
January 12th, I'm officially a Tiger.
January 12th. Okay, so
Yeah.
I guess that's the day you'll be moving into your dorm and all that good stuff. You have your major picked out?
I think I'm going to go into communications first, and
look at that.
I want to go into law.
Okay, that's actually a really good bridgeway. So I'm a mass communications guy myself. So hopefully you'll be in the Madship School of Mass Communication, just like us.
Yeah.
And you better keep your GPA high. That's all I got to say. It's a tough school to get into.
I know that.
All right, so I got to show something. Share my screen here. You won an award this weekend.
Did.
And
yes,
I love talking about these awards. And I'm going to read the description of the Sugarland Express Award, right? It's an award bestowed to a player for a number of key areas, specifically his entire body of work. For you, it is eclipsing you became Trinity Christian's all-time leading passer, right? So that, and of course your work as an Elite 11 finalist, your GPA, leadership among this class, being a real public presence, your team first attitude, recruiting at LSU, and nominating 4 players to be in the U.S. Army All-American Bowl game. So that is what they have presented this award with you. That looked like some heavy hardware. Was it pretty heavy?
It was pretty heavy, yes, sir. Yeah.
So just your general thoughts on being recognized with this award.
No, honestly, I'm just very proud to receive the award. It's an award given for a lot of reasons. First and foremost, on my play this season, my entire body of work and all of the accomplishments that came with it, my accolades, awards, achievements, and so much more. I'm also involved in trying to help kids with cancer.
Really?
And that's something super special for me.
I saw you posted something about that the other day. Is there stuff you're doing specifically with that?
A little boy named Eli. He's been following me, been following Trinity for a while now. He does Trinity Tuesdays where he picks the score out to games. I met him, I want to say about a year ago. Once I started getting involved with them, it really touched my heart. And I know that's something that I've always been wanting to do for a while.
That's awesome to hear, man. Crying Belly has a joke. Colin, the new co-host. Well, for tonight, I might have to get an NIL deal to lock him up every week. But you'd probably, you probably got the talent for it, I'd say. All right. So you played in the Army All-American game yesterday. When'd
Yes,
you
sir.
get off your flight?
I got off my flight today at around 6 or 7.
So like you just got off the flight, just getting home.
Yes, sir.
And first thing you're doing is let's talk about my guys. Okay, love it. You threw for 5 touchdowns yesterday. Is that
I
right?
did. I
And
did, yeah.
I know they don't have a official stat counter put out there yet, but it looked for at least like 200 something yards. Man, you went ham yesterday. You just talk about your performance yesterday.
No, first of all, it was just honestly a great experience just to be out there with a group of guys that you've never really met before in person. Guys that you've talked to online, over Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. And just to be able to go out there, go make those type of relationships that can last honestly a lifetime. It was honestly it was amazing. I had fun out there on the field. I gave it all I had, 5 touchdowns, probably about 300 yards, maybe a little bit more. We came up short as a team, but honestly, I just loved the experience. And I really connected with some great players, some great coaches. Honestly, I just can't wait to see him in the future doing big things.
I bet you can. And you had a good offensive tackle blocking for you. Ethan Callaway was there with you, right?
I did, yes, sir. Ethan Callaway.
All right, he's listed at 6'7", 300. Is he every bit of that?
He's a big dude. Yeah, he's every bit of it. I roomed with him for a couple of days, so yeah, I got to definitely. Yeah, he's big, huge guy.
He looks huge. That was definitely cool to see. Colin this year completed 57% of his passes for 2,200 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions this year. So a good season as he led Trinity Christian to a 9-4 record. They fell a little short of their goal, but you still walk out of high school. Is it 2 state championships you're walking away with now?
Yes, sir. 2 state championships back to back.
Back to back, right? And I believe you've won over 40 football games. Is that right?
I believe so. Yes, sir.
Okay. So a very accomplished career. And of course, Trinity Christian's all-time leading passer. So very accomplished. So as we go through the breakdown of this class, safe to say you're not a fan of the quarterback of this class, right?
Yeah.
What kind of quarterback is LSU getting this year? Just describe your style of play and who you are as a leader.
In one word, I'd honestly just put it as a competitor. Not a guy that would give it his all on the field. I'll go out there, sacrifice my body for the team, go out there and give it all I have. I'll be a commanding leader, have fun off the field. I'll still be one of the guys that like to have fun. But a guy that will really, raise the intensity and someone that will come into the room every day and give it all he has for his team and his program.
You were pushing the ball downfield a lot in that Army game. Is that your preference as a quarterback, or were you just kind of going after it because it's an all-star game?
No, honestly, I went into it as like a real football game. Prepare mentally, physically for the game. I'm not always looking to drive the ball down the field 30, 40 yards, but if I have to, I got it. I got the arm strength. I got the touch. I have the accuracy. Yeah. I can put it down the field, let my guys go down there and make the play for me. Those balls that I drove downfield, it was open. My guys got open, so I just got them the ball.
And you slid. Is that part of your everyday game, or is that the all-star, mentality there? Are you taking a lick?
I took one early in the game.
Oh yeah,
I did. No, I was sliding is. I got a little bit of that in the belt.
Oh yeah. So you are a fan of sliding. You will protect yourself.
I will protect myself. Yes, sir. If I have to lower my shoulder, I'll do it. But I protect myself living on down.
I get curious whenever I see a quarterback. I've seen your weight room videos,
mm-hmm.
and It's funny talking to you. It's like you're almost more proud of your weight room
Yeah.
than you are your throwing at
Yeah.
times. This guy does squats, y'all. So it's like, man, I wonder how quick you will be to slide during your career, because we know sometimes big quarterbacks like to lower shoulder and show off.
Yeah.
So would you say it's more situational? Like if you need to fight for those yards, you're going to do it, but in other situations, you're going to protect yourself?
Yeah, it's very situational. No, if I have to get those yards and I have to put my body on the line for the team, I'll do it anytime.
Has Sloan talked to you about this at all?
Sometimes. No, he
Yeah.
knows. Sometimes I like a little bit of contact, so no, he won't say too much about it. He just
Okay.
says
He says play ball. Got it.
play ball.
Russell Wilson is my comp for Colin. Thoughts? You're bigger than Russ Wilson. Russell Wilson's a good 5'10". He's pushing 6'1". It's not that I don't like the Russ Wilson comp, especially the way you throw, but I like Jalen Hurts as a comp. What do you think?
I love Jalen Hurts. That's my favorite quarterback in the NFL right now.
Oh, really? More than Anthony Richardson?
Anthony Richardson's like brother to me.
Yeah, y'all are tight.
Yeah, we're very tight. No, but I've been a fan of Jalen Hurts since he played at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I like how he goes about things, how he hits the weight room, how he is about his faith, how he is as a teammate, a leader. Those are always a few things that I've always looked up to him as.
Yeah, well, and look, Jalen Hurts also a big weight room guy. Can you do the tush push as good as him?
I haven't tried it out, but you never know. I might be able to.
LSU tried it 1 or 2 times this year. Speaking of what LSU was doing, you committed to LSU over a year ago. During your time as an LSU commit, has it ever wavered even a little bit? Have you ever thought about looking somewhere else when something went down or anything like that?
No, never. LSU is the place I want to be. That's my home. No, I visited LSU about a dozen times, and it's only gotten better. No, every time that I go there, that's very memorable, exciting, ecstatic. No, I just can't wait to be there on campus and be a Tiger.
You were there for that Florida game. That was a pretty
Was.
cool atmosphere. So did it surprise you at all just to see LSU's offense evolve into what it evolved into this year? Of course, number 1 offense in the country. Jaden Daniels wins the Heisman. Did any of that surprise you?
It didn't. I have full faith in Coach Denbrock, Coach Kelly, Coach Sloan, all the offensive guys. No, I have immense amount of faith in them. I wasn't surprised at all to see what happened this year. Jaden Daniels, he looked amazing. Every game that he went into, it really showed the development that's going on there at LSU. Last year there was a couple ups and downs on the offensive side, but this year it really showed the development piece that really went into everything for that offense, for Jaden Daniels, the running back room, receiver room. It really all clicked together. You got to see what really happened this year.
It definitely all came together for sure. I thought that they were going to be good. I don't think I could have ever predicted a Heisman type season, especially like an above average Heisman season for Jaden. So, all of Tiger Nation, I'm sure is proud of them. I'm sure as a quarterback recruit, seeing that offense you're committed to and then seeing what they're doing on the field. I mean, you had to be excited all year long. You had to be like, man, I can't wait till it's my turn. Right.
For sure. Yes, sir.
So I'm sure you've heard LSU's recruiting some very high profile guys in the class right behind you. At quarterback, probably will land one of those. And in fact, you've probably even met some of these guys before. What are your thoughts on LSU bringing in a guy who would be like, top quarterback in the country in the class right behind you?
I fully expect LSU to target and sign a top quarterback in each cycle. And honestly, like, why wouldn't they? Now, every program in the country is trying to do that. They're trying to bring in the best guys they can bring in each year. The quarterback is one of the most important positions on a team, and it's very central to the success of a team and an offense. Now you have to recruit top QBs every year. Now you owe that not only to the team but to the program. No, no, you gotta look to go in there and compete. Honestly, I'm not worried about any of that. I'm just looking to go in there, compete, be the best quarterback I can be. Whenever I committed to the LSU, or whenever I committed to LSU, the quarterback room was loaded with quarterbacks. So they had Jane Daniels, Garrett Nussmeier, Walker Howard, Ricky Collins, and a couple others. And I all respect all of those guys, and I feel that they're all very talented and extremely talented quarterbacks. I looked very deeply into consideration whenever deciding to go to LSU about that quarterback room, and I really saw the explosiveness and the offensive development, and I know that's where I wanted to be. That's where I had to be. So whenever I reclassified and chose LSU, I knew that I would have to go in there and compete. I wouldn't have to be afraid to go against those guys. I want to support and respect those guys in that room. But I'm just going in there to go and compete and be the best person, or be the best quarterback I can be, not only to the team, but to myself and the program.
And that's a question I've gotten a lot. I know, sometimes it's not the funnest to have to, answer stuff like that, but my thought process on it has been this whole time, whether you're a coach or quarterback running, if you want to be a part of the LSU program and competition is something that intimidates you, you need not apply. I mean, that's just the whole thing. You're in the SEC, you're in a program with top-notch talent coming in and out all the time. Don't worry about it if that's something you're looking to avoid. Anyways, we're going to get some sponsors real quick, and then we're going to dive in to the recruiting class. Colin's going to talk about his guys. We're going to talk them up and tell you what to expect for tomorrow. So before I dive into this, guys, if you're enjoying the show, if you're excited for Colin to be a Tiger, smash that like button, help our algorithms. Let's see if we can get the best likes of the year on this video. It should get the best likes of the year. So I'm excited about that. And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. All right, guys. Of course, our show this year is brought to you by our title sponsor, Celebrity Theaters, with locations in Baton Rouge and Ruston. Guys, Celebrity Theaters is Louisiana's only locally owned and operated theater. What does that mean? It means every time you go there, you're guaranteed to get a clean facility, better pricing, superior customer service, state-of-the-art technology. The Baton Rouge location has an invigorating arcade featuring over 50 games. It's the largest in town. You've got a bar featuring beer, wine, and frozen drinks, oversized leather reclining seats, and of course the Dolby Atmos 3D sound system. So y'all make sure to go check out their locations in Baton Rouge and Ruston. Colin, I got a question. You're 16, right? So
yeah.
Have you ever been to a movie theater that had like not the leather reclining seats, or have you only been to movie theaters with leather reclining seats?
Only with the leather and reclining seats.
Yeah, blows my mind, man. Blows my, and that's a necessity for me nowadays. So when I see a movie theater that has those old school seats, I'm just like, man, get out of here. We got to get the good stuff, man. Yeah. It's just funny how fast that stuff has changed. Right. Anyways, we also got to thank Koala. So let's pop them up here, guys. The team at Koala Insulation of Baton Rouge is your residential, commercial, energy and efficiency experts. The approaches at Koala not only provides help to reduce your energy bills and maintain a more comfortable living environment, but can also reduce airborne allergens, water condensation issues, wear and tear on your HVAC system, and even lengthen the life of your roof shingles. The Koala team provides existing homeowners with a doctor's diagnosis of your home energy efficiency and can offer several strategies to help you stay more comfortable and save more money on energy and bills after all year long. Koala has the capacity to tackle large spray foam projects from new home construction. while being available to help everyday homeowners get some relief from South Louisiana's extreme weather. As an added bonus, most of Koala's projects qualify for federal income tax credits. Give Koala a call today, 225-457-1001, to schedule your free energy efficiency assessment. And tell them you heard it on TigerBait.com to get 7% off of your project. Colin, do you know what number you're going to be at LSU yet?
I do not know.
Do not know. All right, you're going to have to go fight someone for it to see. All right. So we're going to start with, I'm going to try to guess. I actually have my list written down here today, my notes, based on in what order I think you're going to be most excited about them. Okay. Which position group are you most excited to sign tomorrow for LSU?
I wouldn't say one specific position group. No, obviously myself, but no, the whole
yeah, of course.
The whole offense.
The whole offense. Okay. All right. Well, we kind of dodged it there, but that's all right. I'll go in my order, what I think you should be most excited about. We'll go from there.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this class has 27 commitments, right? I'm expecting all 27 to sign tomorrow. I don't think we're going to get any surprises, but we all know we've seen wacky recruiting stuff happen before. Who knows? But you've got 26 high schoolers and you've got one JUCO player. We'll go over him in a bit. And then you're bringing in 3 transfers. I'll touch a little bit on the 3 transfers LSU's getting, but not too in depth. Today's about the high school guys. But we'll start with who I think Colin should be most excited about, the offensive line. So, guys, I talk a ton about class composition. Everybody likes to point out star ratings, and I do think star ratings matter. I think that evaluations, whether it's a first round draft pick in the NFL you're talking about, or a 5-star player, 4-star player, I do think stars are a pretty good way to quickly see who you're getting. But a lot of classes will have a high ranking, but you didn't sign the guys you need. When you're looking at classes that sign 2 offensive linemen, you need more dudes. You got to have guys to replace the talent you're inevitably losing every single year. So my philosophy has always been, your recruiting class, you should be able to field a football team.
Oh yeah.
And with 27 commitments, you've got 5 offensive linemen, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back, 6 DBs, 4 linebackers, 5 defensive linemen, and a kicker. You got a football team this year.
We do.
And I think it'd be a pretty good football team. What you think, Colin?
I can't wait. Starting off, like you said, with the offensive linemen, Joe, Ori, Ethan, Weston, K-Ree. Those guys they're all very big. I'll say that first. They're huge. They all have very unique skill sets. And honestly, I can't wait to just be behind those guys and see those guys get after and get to work.
Yeah, and there's no doubt about that. Some big old players there. One thing about this class, it's got a lot of local flair. Colin's like the one guy who's not from either Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi. 18 of your 27 are from Louisiana. That's why Brian Kelly took this job, guys. That's what that's what makes LSU a special place, is you've got so many of those guys you can pluck out your backyard, and then the brand's big enough where you can go get a Colin Hurley out of Georgia. You can go get a KJ Jackson out of Georgia. So 18 from Louisiana and 6 from Mississippi or Texas. So, 24 of your 27 are right there. A strong local flair to this class. Okay, so offensive line, 2 interior offensive. He mentioned Carey. He mentioned Joseph Cryer, big hoss. Let me tell you, he's a true interior lineman. Bulldozes people. He's nasty.
Yeah, very.
Like that about him. Weston Davis. Have you gotten to meet Weston yet? He's kind of one of the newer guys.
Very close to them. Very close to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My guy's, he's a beast. He's very good. He's only going to continue to get better.
He's very nimble on his feet, guys. Love his film. Go watch him. Big guy, 6'5", 275. He's a guy, I think he's versatile enough. If he needed to play tackle, I think he's got those left tackle feet. He's a guy, if he needed to trim up and play guard and be a fooling guard, I think he could do that, right? Which I think he's more versatile than the other 2 tackles, who are very big guys. Like Ethan Callaway, he's probably a true tackle. You he blocked for you yesterday. You feel that?
Oh yeah, 6'7", about 300 pounds. So he's a true left tackle, right tackle. He can play both.
Yeah.
Fast on his feet. He can move very nicely. Very physical. He's very good. Very good.
You felt safe behind him yesterday?
Oh, I felt, yeah. Hell yeah.
Ethan's big. I think Ethan's a right tackle personally. I think he's just that guy, got that big, heavy set that you need on that right tackle spot. And then, of course, Ori Williams out of Texas as well. Love that you've got 5 offensive linemen in this class.
Sure.
That has been a problem in past years for LSU where, like I said, good class, but you signed 2 offensive linemen or whatever. And since Brian Kelly came on board, every single one of his classes has had 4 or more offensive linemen. And then once you even add in the transfer portal guys, it's even more than that. So I think that, Brian Kelly had a reputation coming from Notre Dame of having so many good offensive linemen. We're seeing why.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing why. So I think if you get a good offensive line, it'll lead to getting good quarterbacks, which leads to good skill players. All right. So speaking of skill players, you got 3 wide receivers coming in. Jelani Watkins runs a 10-2 100-meter dash. Is your arm strong enough to throw that far to him down the field?
Sure. I can put it down there and let him run under it. No, him, Michael, Kylan. I mean, hell, you could even throw in Tradez, and he could be a flex tight end receiver. I mean, that guy, he's a beast. He's a monster. All 4 of those guys, they're real go-getters. Go out aggressive towards the ball. Those are the type of dudes that you want on your team. They could all run and go track down that ball in the air. No, those are guys I'm looking forward to throwing the ball to.
No doubt. And I love the diversity here. Kylan Billett is a 6'3", 190 guy. Man, he plays big. He will go up and get those balls. He reminds me of like a Brian Thomas. He's a big player. And then Jelani Watkins, a little smaller guy. He's 5'10", but I'm talking about a guy with a 10-2-1 track speed. And by the way, Michael Turner, don't sleep on his track speed either.
No.
He runs a 10.59 in the 100-meter dash.
All of them move very nicely.
Yep. And so, I mean, some good weapons there. 3 receivers. If you need to go field a football team, you got your 3 guys right there. And then you sprinkle in a little bit of a Xavier Thomas. Have you gotten to look at him at all?
For sure, yeah. I saw him this past year at Mississippi State, I believe it was, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Louisiana guy originally.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that.
Played there a couple years. He was behind. There was a ton of good receivers in his class in Louisiana that year.
Oh, yeah. No, that guy's a playmaker. I watched some of him this year, and he can turn a football game around. Now, that's a guy that I'm looking forward to playing with and getting to know.
Xavier, by the way, averaged 13.5 per return, returning punts, which, for LSU the last 2 years, that returner position has been a bit of a boogaboo. So that's by far the most veteran returner LSU will have on roster next year. So that will feel a big need. Well, you took the words right out of my mouth on the next one. Tradez Green.
Oh, yeah.
Man, Zachary High School tight end, number 1 tight end in the country. Right knocking on the door of a 5-star recruit.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you've been watching his film this year, Colin? I mean, that guy's a beast.
For sure. Yeah, I talk to him all the time. That guy, he's a real go-getter. He'll go and get that ball in the air. I watched him in that state championship game that he played. And wow, that guy, he's honestly unguardable. In high school. So honestly, I just can't wait to see what he does at the next level. I can't wait to just be able to put up that ball and let him go make plays.
Guys, I am going to try to get some comments tonight, but it is a jam-packed show, and there's a lot to talk about tonight. Early signing day tomorrow. We're going to try to go through all the guys. If you got something you really want to get out there, ask Colin or whatever, hit a super chat and I'll prioritize it. I can't get to everybody tonight, but I can get this one. Nurse Court, where's the puppy? Did you get a puppy?
I did. Yeah, I have a little dog. Her name is Deuce.
Did you just get it? Is it actually a puppy or is it a dog?
It's about, I want to say 11 months to a year.
Okay. So it's almost fully grown now. What kind of dog is it?
It's a little pit bull.
Okay. So is he coming with you to LSU, or are parents going to watch after him?
No, that was a gift from my dad. Little going away gift.
Oh, so you're bringing that dog with you?
No, it's staying here. It's for
Oh,
my.
okay. Gotcha. So anyways, Trey Green, 6'6", 230. In the Brian Kelly offensive system, that is what you're looking for. Now, this year there wasn't a ton of passes to the tight end. Do you anticipate a return back to more tight end incorporated offense? Because that's been the Brian Kelly system for years. I just think that Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors were so darn good this year, you couldn't even get to your tight end.
No, I've been talking with the coaches a little bit. No, I don't know yet. No, they're still trying to get things together. No, we've had a really good recruiting class so far in the 24 class. So they're still figuring out everything. No, we have a lot of good options at receiver, tight end this year. So no, we're all putting it together.
Now, there was one running back you brought in, and usually I'd like to see two running backs, but I do understand why they did it. Caden Durham. Caden Durham popped off for 230 in the state championship for Duncanville. Did you check in with him on that?
For sure. No, I've said this many times. Caden is the best running back in the country. No, he brings the entire package to his game. No, he's explosive, powerful, twitchy, fast, strong. Has great vision. He plays big. Plays like a big.
Fast too.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got breakaway feet. He had a 94-yard touchdown in that game.
He has good breakaway speed. Now he's patient, but once he hits that hole, no, you're not catching up to him. He's nice and crafty, and he's honestly just a big playmaker. He can change the game around.
Yeah, I definitely think he's a guy who probably should be a 5-star candidate.
Sure.
He's currently, a top, 200 player, top 10 running back. I think he's a little low in that Duncanville offense is something to watch. If you ever take some time and watch their film, they've got some guys. And DeCorian Moore, have you talked to him?
I have, yeah. He's going to be a very nice pickup in the 25 cycle.
Yeah, I'm sure you're excited to maybe get to throw some balls his way eventually. He's 5-star receiver from Duncanville High School. That's Caden Durham's teammate. So Caden Durham is the only running back that LSU pressed for this year. That was the guy they wanted, him or nobody, basically. And the reason for that being is, first off, he's an outstanding player. That's a guy you bring in, but LSU, it's smart sometimes in recruiting when you've got a stacked class behind you, not to just overload and get, you don't want just 4 anybody running backs to scare off the 2025 cycle. So LSU is, of course, pushing hard for Harlem Berry, who will announce his decision on January 3rd. He's the New Orleans running back. And James Simon out of Evangel High School in Shreveport, Louisiana. Both of those are obscenely talented guys. I don't know if you've gotten to meet either of them yet. Have you?
I have, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're both studs, man.
Yeah, for sure. Very explosive backs.
So particularly Harlem Berry is a real speedy guy. He's number 1 running back in the country. This 2025 class has got some guys coming. So today we're talking 2024, but just keep your eyes on the horizon. But, I think about like when Leonard Fournette was in high school in New Orleans and LSU knew he was coming. They wanted to get quality players in the class before him, not quantity players. And then they ended up signing nobody in the 2013 running back room for Leonard Fournette. But I think this is a much wiser decision. Go get you a Caden Durham. Who is as good, if not better, than the 2025 guys you're talking about. So that's your offense. And Colin says he's excited about all those dudes. So I do think you've got some good pieces there for sure, but you're filling a lot of needs. And my overall impression about this offensive unit, it's program building. It's you made sure there's not a single hole left on the table. Every need is filled, and you're making sure the cabinet is full of players who can come in and you can develop them in your program and hopefully keep them around. Because that's Brian Kelly's ultimate vision. He doesn't want to be a transfer portal guy every year. He wants to be a guy who brings in a football team every year and develops them. Colin, this portal is wild. 3,000 players in it, man. Do you have any thoughts on the transfer portal overall?
No, I'm happy it's there because it's
Yeah.
needed for players that need to get out of certain program systems. No, I feel like sometimes it can be abused too much, but no, I'm happy it's there because it's there to give the players an opportunity to change their development and allow them to go into a system that they're comfortable with and restart. Honestly.
Good answer there. It's always interesting to me hearing from players. I know some players dislike it. They think it's just too crazy, too much chaos and stuff like that. Some, but ultimately it is a tool to help young men find a way to play football. And my mentality is on amateur athletics in general. I'm generally not opposed to telling any player you can't play football. Right. Like I don't really buy the whole year sit out or, especially at the high school level when, a player gets to a new school or whatever and sits out. So generally speaking, I like tools that get players on the field. All right, guys, we're going to take one more ad break and then we're going to get to the defense, and Colin's going to, so we got dudes on that side of the ball too. I'm sure Colin knows them as well. So we're going to talk to them, talk about them, and we'll be right back. Guys, as you see the artwork behind me, artist Jordan Spector has been kind enough to sponsor our show this year. You can see I got the banner behind me, spectorsports.com/the Bayou. That's where you can check out all of his Louisiana pieces. He's actually a Philadelphia artist, but just really caught some fire with the Joe Burrow Smokin' Joe piece after the 2020 championship. But see, he's followed that up actually with five more incredible pieces since then. He's got the Burrow and Coach O at the championship. He's got the Tiger Stadium piece, which is also hanging behind me. The Drew Brees, the Saint piece, Dylan Cruz, and he's got the Tommy Tanks piece that you can see there in the corner. Coolest part about this artwork is the athletes themselves are buying this. You can see in the top right-hand corner, there's Dylan Cruz getting a copy, the original copy actually hanging in his man cave. Joe Burrow's parents have this. Get the artwork. The athletes are actually buying themselves, guys. Guys, this is artwork where is designed to be pop and catch the eye of Tiger fans, and it's really going to be the details that hold your attention on all this artwork. From the fireworks in Tiger Stadium and Alec Box Stadium to the golden spikes that you see Dylan Cruz wearing, to the puzzle piece on his sleeve represents his work with disabled children, getting them to come see the ball games. That's the Cruz crew. Guys, the details are immaculate every time. Artwork is available in quality print, canvas sizes to fit any room or any budget. It is available straight from the box to your wall. Visit the link in the description of this video to check out the entire Bayou collection. Make sure to use the promo code TigerBait10 for 10% off your first order set. Guys, you're not going to be disappointed with this artwork, I promise you. And guys, make sure to check out our title sponsor, Celebrity Theaters. Guys, they got weekly promotions all week long. They got Monday, Senior Savings Day, $5 for all patrons over the age of 55. Tuesday is Bargain Tuesday, where you get discounted movie tickets and concessions for all. Wednesday, College Night. Admission for college students after 5 p.m. is $5, and location has half-off arcades all day. Thursday is Baton Rouge location only. They got Thirsty Thursday. And we are back. I caught Colin off guard there, man. He had to give a little stretch out. He took that. He didn't slide yesterday, and he had to get that crick out of his neck from it. Colin, you turned 17 March 5th. Is that right?
March 1st.
March 1st. Okay. So you're going to be 16 years old in college. And you're going to be doing, they'll probably have a spring practice or so. It might not be quite yet, but you might take a college football practice snap as a 16-year-old in college. Has that dawned on you that you're going to be the youngest player by a wide margin? And do you think that impacts you? Do you think you might need a little more time to develop just physically or anything like that? Or does what are your thoughts on that?
No, not at all. No, I feel like I'll be mentally, physically prepared to go out on that field and to compete at the same level, if not better, than any of those other guys on field.
I was on the radio talking about that today, and they asked me, man, why in the world did this guy do that? I gave a pretty good answer, I thought, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you put that in. Why did you decide to graduate? Not only graduate a year early, but then a semester early. So you're graduating 18 months earlier than your age would normally let you do.
No, I played my 8th grade year in high school.
Mhm.
I got varsity reps, played more than half of the season there, so I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything in high school. I just feel like it's time for me to move on to the next chapter of my life, and to go and develop and join a system that's going to fully prepare me to be the best that I can be. I feel like I'm ready to just take that next step and go give it all I have.
Do you want to redshirt and take some time to learn the system, or and spend extra years in college at all, or are you really just taking this as you want to get out there and play as soon as possible? I know that that's kind of you're not going to say no to playtime, right? But how open to you are the concept of redshirting and spending extra years developing in college?
No, I'm open to anything that will help me prepare for me to be the best and most prepared I can be. Whether that's getting on the field early and starting, or whether that's redshirting. It's not up to me right now. I'm gonna go there in spring, go develop and go compete at the highest level I can, be the best teammate I can be towards my team and my program.
And reason I ask that is because I know a lot of legacy guys like Nussmeier. His family, his dad, Doug Nussmeier, big fan of the 5-year senior quarterback, right? And that's kind of what we're seeing with him. He'll now be a 4th-year junior, and he sat out the bowl game a couple years ago. You remember the bowl game where Brian Kelly had just taken over, right? And he
Yeah.
sat out because he wanted to preserve that red shirt. So that's kind of why I'm asking that, not to belittle your progress or anything like that. I hope you understand that.
No,
So LSU defensively, again, talking about class composition here, 6 DBs. You can run any defense with that. Whether you run a nickel or dime, you're covered, right? And especially with 4 corners and 2 safeties, 4 linebackers. You can run a multiple set with that. And 5 defensive linemen, which defensive lineman was a position of need. Man, I'm gonna just start with these defensive backs because they got some dudes coming in. Is Juwan Johnson? He's the second best quarterback in this class. Are you comfortable saying that? Because he's pretty good at quarterback too.
yeah, he can move. He can skate.
He's good.
He's good. Yeah.
So Juwan Johnson actually became the LHSAA all-time leader in total yardage there at LCA, and he can move around. Now, he's 5'11", 190, a little small to play quarterback at the next level, but he can move around. He's a 5-star, top 250 guy. I'm excited to get him seeing corner. Have you talked with him at all?
Oh yeah, I talk with him all the time. He's a beast. I can't wait to see him on defense, making the same type of plays that he makes in high school. I just can't wait to see him be a playmaker on the field and go change the game around.
Do you ever tease him or talk with him about his play at quarterback?
Yeah, he hits me up from time to time. He asked me how I throw the ball so deep, but no. Sometimes I ask him how he can move like that, but he's a good guy. I like him. I like him a lot.
So no like trash talking, just friendly fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because if I was a DB playing and I played quarterback in high school, I would be trash talking the quarterback nonstop just for fun. Anyways, are you more of a Madden or a 2K guy?
Let's say more of a Madden guy.
Yeah. Do you play anybody in this class in Madden?
From time to time, I've been
Who's the best? Let me cut to the chase. Who's the best Madden player in this class? I gotta know.
the best Madden player in this class. I mean, I don't know. I really only played Wallace Foster,
Yeah.
like for real. I don't play Madden too much.
Oh, really?
No, I don't do a lot of sports games so much.
Really?
No.
Interesting. Oh, I just figured I thought I remembered her and you were a 2K guy or whatever. But anyways, I feel like every kid nowadays plays Madden. Are you at least excited about NCAA coming out this summer, the new college
I
football video? You're going to be in it. Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
That's gonna be pretty cool. No, I was always excited for the NCAA game to come out again. And I was a big
Yeah.
fan of NCAA 14. So honestly, I can't wait for it to get out.
There's no way you've played that one, right? I mean, that came out 10 years ago. You would have been 6 years old.
I was playing it. I was playing
No
it.
way.
Playing a lot.
Were you like playing it like years later, like you dusted off someone's Xbox 360 and picked it up, or did you actually
I
play it when it was out?
had my own Xbox 360. I was going at it hard.
That's awesome. Well, I'm personally excited about that game coming out.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll take a few reps with you this summer. Other than that, you got three more corners. You got Bernard Causey, the former Ole Miss guy. He was a highly coveted player. One of those guys where you look at the 3-star rating, don't read too much of that. There was a lot of SEC teams that really wanted him. And you see Ole Miss is recruiting some dudes. You see the work Ole Miss is doing in the portal. They wanted him. PJ Woodland, another guy out of Mississippi, 5'11" guy, smaller guy. He's about 160 pounds right now. So he's going to be a guy who you want to get in that weight room and get to work. But definitely a talented player. And then Wallace Foster, man. Which of those corners would you say you know best?
No, I know all of them pretty well, but I'd probably say I know Wallace the best. No, he's been committed for quite a while. I believe we committed around the same time. So I was really able to build a very nice relationship with him.
And Wallace Foster, of course, is the 3-star corner out of Warren Easton in New Orleans. He's 5'9", 170 pounds. He's got kind of that Tyrann Mathieu type build.
Yep.
But he's a playmaker. There's no doubt about that. Now the safeties are really good this year. I mean, highly recruited guys. I'm a big fan of both of these guys. Joel Rogers out of West Feliciana, track star guy. He's got some serious speed. What can you tell me about Joel?
No, good playmaker. No, bigger frame to him. I believe he's 6'1". 6'1", about almost 6'2", probably. The guy that you can probably walk down to the box. No, he's honestly just a playmaker. Both our safeties in this class.
Oh, and he's got a broad shoulder set too. Like he's like a big guy, right? He's probably 6'1". But who's even bigger than him? 6'3", 200 pounds. Deshaun McBride from Denham Springs High School, 15 minutes off campus, wears purple and gold already in high school. He's one of LSU's highest rated commits, and he is an absolute stud, ball hawk. Love what he does for Denham Springs. And look, we all saw the struggles LSU had at defensive backfield this year, and I think all these guys are going to have chances to play. I think Joel and Deshaun are going to be two guys, especially because, just the physical attributes of Deshaun McBride being so big and Joel's speed. Man, I think both of these guys are going to have opportunities to compete and play pretty early.
For sure, yeah.
And also talking on the defensive backfield, Jordan Gilbert, the Texas A&M safety transfer. He's coming in. I would expect he'll probably compete for some starting reps next year. He's very experienced, played in 10 games. Texas A&M was very sad to let him go. He's from U-High originally. So a lot of Louisiana ties. By the way, AJ Swan, transfer from Vanderbilt. Have you ever met him or bumped into him at all?
I have not, no.
Yeah, I figured as much because he was at Vanderbilt till like 2 weeks ago. But LSU did sign AJ Swan, just bolsters the depth chart. Don't expect him to be a guy. I think Nussmeier. I think Nussmeier should be able to hold on to things. No offense, Colin. You could come in and ball. All y'all are going to fight. Everybody's going to get a chance to fight for this starting quarterback position. But right now, I'd say Nussmeier will probably be the first one to get those first team reps. By the way, Nuss Bus is taking off a little early for the bowl game. Are you hyped for your guy?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, I love Nuss. No, I've been able to build a good relationship with him and some of the other guys in the QB room. I'm just honestly super excited. I'm actually going down to the game, go watch it.
Oh, really?
Time down there, yeah, for sure.
How far? That's in Tampa. How far is that from you?
2, maybe 3 hours, if that.
Yeah. Okay. So nice little road trip there, but not too bad. All right. At linebacker, and I'd say linebacker is the position group where LSU will be strongest next year.
Sure.
But you're bringing in some really good guys. Davin Keys, man, he was making some big plays in the state championship. Did you get to check in on that at all? He had a really big sack.
I've been following him all season. He's been a guy. I love what he's been doing this whole season.
LSU also brings in Tylen Singleton out of Manny, Kalaj Cobbins out of Destrehan, and Xavier Axons out of Jonesboro. So another thing, man, more of these Louisiana guys, you can tell Frank Wilson is doing some good work, and he knows guys when he sees them in this state. You see it. Linebackers got a strong, just a lot of guys that fill needs. All these guys are in like the 6'2", 6'3" range. They're all true linebackers. They are guys who can tackle an open field. Good size to them. None of them are going to be like edge rushing type jack linebacker guys. I think those guys are going to be in the next group we talk about, the defensive line guys. All of these guys can make some good tackles. Music says bowl game gonna be late. Hold up. Before the show even started, I got to give a shout out to my guy Music, who has been commenting Nuss Bus on every show for like 3 years. It's his time to shine. He's been waiting for this moment. The Nuss Bus is taking off. So congrats to you, Music. I know in particular you're more hype than anybody about this. Anyways, defensive end. Gabriel Relaford. Colin, I'm gonna give you a compliment. You're probably the most articulate recruit I've talked to in 5+ years of doing this. Colin has like written columns that we've published on TigerBait.com, and there was no typos either in those columns, which I found very impressive. Do you ever like turn any of those in for like class credit or something like that?
I did. My English teacher. Every time I write up or bring up a story, they actually go towards my grade. So,
all right. Has one of the TigerBait pieces made an A? Did you get an A on one of the pieces we put on our site?
Every single one.
I love to hear it. Hey guys, it's really impressive. Man, I don't want to throw shade, but recruits tend to not be the best like writers. A lot of times they're doing it very rushedly, and they do it very informally. So when they write me stuff, I have to do a lot to clean it up. I haven't made one edit to anything Colin has ever sent me. It is all very well written. I particularly liked the column you wrote following the SEC championship, just talking about state of the program and things like that and your confidence. It was very well done. I think it's very clever of you to kind of combine your media relations that you take so seriously and your classwork into one. Very efficient. I used to do that in college too. When I would like have a project for one class, I would like try to double down, or like when I was in LSU's SID, I would write something for the game day program and then turn it in to my class for credit. That's double thinking, man. I really like it. Anyways, I do have a general question. So I've actually seen videos of you from like 5 years ago, like throwing on the internet, like on TikTok and stuff like that, like very young. You've clearly been groomed to be a quarterback from a young age. My question is, you take your branding and your being leadership and your public image so seriously. Where did that start, and why do you take it so seriously?
I guess it's honestly just been installed in me from my dad. Now he was a police officer down in Miami for about 25 years. So he takes pride in how you carry yourself, your brand, how people view you as, and I guess that's honestly just been installed to me. Everything I do with pride. I like to I like to make sure I represent myself as a outspoken, articulate guy. So yeah, I guess that's just been installed in me from my dad over the years.
Yeah, your dad takes it very seriously.
Yeah.
Nurse Court wants to. I don't know why she's asking me. So does Colin put some purple in your hair next year? Where did the idea for the highlights come? Because you didn't have that last year.
I didn't. No, I lost a bet. I'm not going to get into the specific. I lost a bet.
Did you lose the bet to someone we as Tiger fans would know? Or
No,
okay.
he would not.
So this isn't like your
team.
choice.
No, it was not. It was one of my teammates. I lost a bet to.
Well, I'm a little salty. We can't get into the specifics of it, but I'll let it slide.
No, it'll be gone before I'm on campus.
It'll be gone before you're on campus.
It'll be gone.
All right. It did catch me a little. It caught me a little off guard. That explains a lot because I was like, man, Colin's usually so like cut and clean. To see, I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but it just didn't seem to fit your personality. I was like, but
I'm getting rid of it.
All right, are you cutting it off, or are you just gonna dye it back to your regular color?
I don't know yet.
Because that fro, man, dude, you've been working on that for a while.
Oh yeah, it's been with me all my life. I cut it off in the past.
Mm-hmm.
It grows pretty quickly, so no, I can afford to cut it off and it grow back for about 2 or 3 years, so it'll be back to the state.
Yeah, so no big deal. I'll say it's at the point where like when you're wearing your helmet, it's flowing out the back, man.
Oh my God, yeah.
Anyways, let's talk some recruits here. So Gabriel Relaford, the reason I was talking about you're polished with media relations, I did an interview with him the other day, and he is a very sharp young man. He's brand new to the class. Has he connected with you at all yet?
No, I've met him once or twice. I know he goes to
Evangel Christian in Shreveport.
Yep. No, he's real deal. Now I've watched some of his film. Now he gets after the quarterback. That's a guy that LSU needs around the edge. Fast guy gets around the edge. And just a very aggressive guy that gets after the quarterback. Now that's just something that we need on the team. I'm
glad you said edge because we had him on the show and I asked him about maybe sliding in at defensive tackle. He really got his feelings hurt. He's like, man, he stood up and showed how thin he is. I was like, all right, bro. I believe you. Put your shirt on. Anyways, very sharp kid. Of course, he was committed to Texas A&M. They lost their coach, and LSU ransacked their players as LSU should. Great player, position of need, sharp kid. Yeah, I think LSU should be pretty excited to bring him in. But you also bring in JUCO player Sean Washington, a guy who brings some more experience, a guy who can slide inside, play defensive tackle. Hopefully LSU keeps Mekhi Wingo. Hopefully LSU keeps Mason Smith and Jordan Jefferson. And, those guys, hopefully they bring back more depth at that position. But LSU should be in good position at defensive tackle compared to the defensive end spot where they might need to do some working. Ahmad Bro out of Ruston. All right, quick question. As long as you've been committed to LSU and as many visits, do you have any idea about the geography of the state of Louisiana? Like, if I say Ruston, do you have any idea where that's at yet?
I want to say north.
Yeah.
No,
look at you. Really far north. Shreveport. Do you know where that's at?
That I do not know.
It's right next to Ruston. It's up there. Okay. All right. I'm just curious because like as much as you've been, as long as you've been just really entrenched, I'm sure you've picked up some Louisianism at this point. What's your favorite Louisiana food you've had?
I love boudin.
Boudin. Oh man, that's good stuff, man.
Those are probably my.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Boudin and gumbo.
Gumbo. Look at you, man. Yeah, no, the two good choices for sure. LSU also brings in defensive end, one of the few guys who are not from either a neighboring state or in the state itself. CJ Jackson out of Georgia, 4-star defensive end. We're talking about a top 200 player, a guy with 11 sacks this year. He's not too far from you, is he?
No. He'd probably be what, 5 hours, maybe 6 hours.
Yeah, you know better than me at this point with how far he is, but yeah, I mean, not too far away. Have y'all both been committed for a while? I'm sure you've talked to him a good bit, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure.
CJ Jackson, real pure edge pass rusher. And then of course in the defensive line class, you had Demarion Johnson, who's a good, he's a guy who could play defensive tackle or defensive end for you, I think, out of Westgate, 3-star guy. Again, 5 defensive linemen. That's the class composition to me. Just, I can't talk enough about how it just really seems like Brian Kelly is aware and knows what's going on with this class and knows what guys to do. Nurse Court with the super chat. She thought this was really important to tell you. Thanks, Preston. Great interview. Colin, don't cut that hair. It's your signature.
Oh man.
I don't know how you're gonna get rid of the highlights without cutting that hair. So you might have found yourself in a pickle here, Colin. You should do some better betting. Whitney wants to know why do they keep on saying ask for, like, why are you asking me? Just ask Colin. What's your go-to game day meal?
Go-to game day meal. I've been a big Zaxby's guys before games.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I like getting a little 3-piece chicken tender with some fries.
Well, hopefully you don't sign a Raising Cane's NIL deal one day and you have to turn that around. Have you ever had Raising Cane's?
I have. Yeah, they don't really have many in Florida, but
yeah,
every Louisiana or Texas, I always get me some Raising Cane's. I love it there.
I actually do like some Zaxby's though, man. I can. It's got more like variety than Cane's. Cane's, it's like you get the fried chicken, the fries, and they do it great and all. I do like some Zaxby's though, because you can just get some different stuff. You can get a salad, or get some wings even with it. Some variety. So I'm a bit of a Zaxby's fan. My wife likes Zaxby's more than Cane's, which is
I like Cane's more.
Really?
Yeah, I like Cane's more.
Cane's started on LSU's campus, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, it is a little sacrilegious. My wife likes Zaxby's. I won't publicly ever admit anything like that. I will get kicked off this show so fast if I say Zaxby's is better than Cane's. But I like both. I just, a lot of people down here tend to kick Zaxby's to the curb because they love Cane's so much. I think there's room for both, man. So I'm just saying, good respect. Cane's, get my guy an NIL deal here, just like you did, Jaden Daniels. By the way, I got to pet Raising Cane with Jaden Daniels the other day. We did the 100 bite giveaway at Raising Cane's. So got to pet the actual dog the restaurant's named after. And this is some of my more hard hitting journalism I've done. I can confirm he's a good boy. So there's that. And of course, Aaron Burrell, guys. Aaron Burrell's a guy with a big leg. He's hit 14 to 17 kicks as a junior. And he hit actually a game winner that was 52 yards. So he's got a strong leg. His coach claims he can hit kicks up to 60 yards in practice. So not going to spend too much time, showing film or whatnot on a kicker. I know a lot of y'all don't do your research, but LSU brought in a guy with a big time leg. So that's LSU's class, 27 signees. We went through all of them, plus the 3 transfer portal guys. LSU's they're bringing in some talent this year, and I know you've heard me say this a few times, but the thing I like most about this class is just the strong composition. You're filling a lot of needs. You got guys you can come in, be a part of the program, develop, fill some holes. There's no gaping holes. I like that. They did away. They used to have the 25 commitment cap. They went away with that. So now, because you had to with this transfer portal, you can't lose 10 players every year like every team is doing right now, and then cap yourself off at 25 players. So some good things going on. I do think there might be some surprises in February. Is there any guys you've got on your radar that you still want to bring in, Colin?
No, I feel like our 24 class is starting to come to an end. I feel like we have everybody that we want and need. So honestly, I feel like I feel like we're getting wrapped up. I just honestly can't wait to be on campus.
I'm just going to tell you real quick for the February signing day, keep an eye out. Terry Bussey, commitment
Yeah.
to Texas A&M, and Dominic McKinley. 2 guys, just keep an eye, but they're not signing tomorrow. I think tomorrow is what it is. I don't expect any surprises. You don't expect any surprises, do you?
Not for the most part, no sir.
All right. Well, you heard it straight from the top gun of this class. All right, Colin, appreciate you for taking time. I know it was a big ask to ask you to stay on a full hour and do this
Not at
show
all.
tonight, man. I
God.
can't tell you how much I appreciate it. This will be your last time talking before you're no longer a commitment. You're a signee, right? Last time talking to the media before then, right?
Signing, yes sir.
All right. Well, 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. Going to be signing at your high school, Trinity Christian High School. So y'all make sure to go check them out. Colin, where can the people give you a follow? Twitter, Instagram, whatever it may be you do.
You give me a follow on Instagram at Colin Hurley 11 and on Twitter at Colin Hurley.
All right, there you go, guys. Thank you for coming on, Colin. You have an excellent evening, okay?
Well, thank you so much.
All right. That was LSU's 2024 commit, Colin Hurley. I really appreciate him filling in for Zack tonight. He's an outstanding young man, in case you haven't noticed. And he's got some talent as well. I think LSU's got a good one coming in. I hope y'all appreciated that tonight. I do have to thank one more sponsor, and then I'm going to try to get to just a couple comments before we wrap up here. So I have to thank Alumni Hall for making everything we do possible. Hey, Tiger fans, when you want to show your LSU Tiger pride, Alumni Hall is your ultimate shopping experience. The best and largest selection of apparel for the whole family: Nike, Nike Golf, Columbia, Champion, Peter Millar, Southern Tide, hats, Yeti, gifts, accessories, and more. LSU students, faculty, and military receive 10% off in-store every day. You can earn cash back with their Hall Pass rewards. Alumni Hall, located in Perkins Row, or anytime at alumnihall.com. Alumni Hall, where Tiger fans shop. And guys, with Christmas around the corner, if you forgot to get any gifts, or you're just looking to fill some holes in your Christmas shopping for your Tiger fan, they have a physical location in Perkins Row, and it's awesome. It is jam-packed with anything you could want for Christmas. So y'all go make sure to check them out. I did some Christmas shopping there. Great place, guys. It's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory for an LSU fan. It is truly a sight to behold. And of course, guys, I got to tell y'all about Celebrity Theaters, guys. Celebrity Theaters locations house 8 to 10 auditoriums, whether you're looking to host a birthday party, private movie screening, corporate meeting, arcade party. They've got the perfect setup to fit your needs. Celebrity Theaters is proud to offer birthday packages for children of all ages. Let them handle everything from movies to entertainment to setup to cleanup. For more information or to book your birthday party online, visit celebritytheaters.com/events. If you're looking for an exciting, affordable venue for your next school event, fundraiser, you come right to the place, guys. Celebrity Theaters is a crowd pleaser for students, teachers, adults, and chaperones. To schedule your next birthday party, family gathering, holiday party, a corporate event, field trip, a private theater buyout, just contact them at events@celebritytheaters.com. All right, guys, that's LSU signing class. If y'all want to talk about anything else, get a couple comments in right quick. I'll try to get to them. Nurse Kurt, great job. Awesome interview, guys. Thank y'all. Kent Jones, I appreciate y'all. Next week, we're going to talk more about LSU's bowl prep against Wisconsin, the matchup. Jaden Daniels did announce he won't be playing the bowl game this weekend, so Garrett Nussmeier takes over. I'm looking forward to see how they change the offense. Brian Kelly said he likes to hit the deep ball, so they're going to try to adjust to that. I don't necessarily know exactly what you do to adjust. I mean, it looks like that's the offense they've been running all year with these deep balls they've been hitting with Jaden Daniels. So looking forward to that. And I think a really good sign about how the program is being ran at a better level than it was under either Les Miles or Ed Ogeron. Yes, Jaden Daniels is sitting out. He's a first-round quarterback. You get it, right? I mean, do not risk losing your stock for what's essentially a meaningless game. I mean, yes, you want to win 10 games, but you understand the decision there. But he doesn't expect anybody else to be opting out. That's a huge deal. Kyron Lacey announced he's returning for another senior season at LSU. That's a big deal because these are guys who, if they could sniff a modicum of NFL money, 10 years ago, they were gone. They're gone. So to see LSU keep those guys real good, LSU still 9.5 point favorites over Wisconsin, despite Nussmeier taking over. So looking forward to see how the offense runs. This could go one of two ways. Remember the 2013 bowl game where Zack Medberger tore his ACL and Anthony Jennings had to go in, and it was a sign of things to come. And the sign was, that offense is going to look clunky because it did not move well at all for that Iowa game. Even with Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham playing, it looked clunky with Anthony Jennings running it. And of course, that was a sign to come for the 2014 season. And then there's times where Jamarcus Russell's hurt in the 05 Peach Bowl, and Matt Flynn goes out there and hangs 40 on Miami. Well, guess what Matt Flynn did as a senior 2 years later, granted, but you could see that's a guy. So I am looking forward to that for some good reasons. Guys, I appreciate y'all for watching the show. If you're excited for Colin to be an LSU Tiger and excited for this class, make sure to hit that like button for me. Give me some get the good algorithms up there. Smash that like button. I want this to be one of the most liked shows of the year. And guys, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. We're very quickly growing. We're approaching 26,000 subscribers. I believe that makes us the largest LSU content channel out there. So I appreciate all y'all for making that happen. Guys, y'all have an excellent evening. I will see y'all next week. I believe next Monday is Christmas Day. So I don't plan on doing a show on Christmas Day. So I don't know. I'm probably going to do it just Tuesday again next week, but I'll definitely keep y'all posted. Make sure to go give me a follow on Twitter for these kind of updates, or subscribe to TigerBait.com where I post the updates on the forum, or even my Facebook page, Preston Guy, TigerBait.com. As you can see at the bottom, I have a new Twitter handle. Wanted to make sure I'm going to leave this on here for a while. After 12 years on Twitter, finally, PGuy77 has deleted his oddly specific Twitter handle. I have tweeted the guy for years, trying to pressure him out of it. I'm like, bro, you got 14 followers. Give up the handle. That's my handle. So no more underscore in the Twitter handle. Very excited about that. So make sure to give me a follow on Twitter if you have not already. I appreciate all y'all for watching tonight. Appreciate Colin for joining. I know it was a huge ask for him, so I appreciate that more than he understands. I will see y'all next week. Y'all have an excellent evening.